So recently I made the gamble of going to an AMC unseen screening with the hopes that I would see Jurassic World Rebirth directed by Gareth Edwards. I was successful and I did see the movie and I had a lot of thoughts. This will be one of the first videos I ever do on this channel where I'm just kind of saying what's on my mind. None of this is scripted, so let's get into it. Let's talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. Was it the horror movie that we were all promised? Was it good? Let's talk about it. So I've been pretty much done with the Jurassic World franchise after Fallen Kingdom. I did not see Dominion and I heard that it was pretty horrible. The scene in Fallen Kingdom where they release all the dinosaurs into the wild, I think just ruins the franchise as a whole. There's something just better when it's all isolated on an island or they're stuck in some place that they have to escape. That just works better for the plot. It makes these movies more fun. And now that dinosaurs are everywhere, it ruins the mystique that the dinosaurs have within this world. Originally, they were all confined to these islands in different various research bases that dinosaurs broke out at, which kind of made it, interesting. So now we're at the point within the Jurassic World universe where people are losing interest in dinosaurs. That is one of the reasons why they make the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor and all these other weird hybrid dinosaurs. I do like the idea of a hybrid dinosaur, but I think the idea of this plot alone is kind of broken by the fact that we still have zoos today. I'm still going to want to go see a lion, even though I know what a lion looks like, and I've seen hundreds of pictures and videos of lions and even been to other zoos and seen lions. That doesn't change the fact that it's still a lion. You know what I mean? Like, I think people would still be interested in dinosaurs, and this idea that they would need to resort to crossbreeding is kind of stupid. But that's a tangent and besides my point. So yeah, they use some kind of weird, if it's a clone, it deserves to live kind of mantra, which goes against the entire philosophy of Jurassic Park. The whole point is that humans are dumb and they will do whatever they want and ignore all morality and logic to be able to make a profit. The whole point is that they're exploiting nature in order to make a profit, and they pay the price by getting brutally killed. So now we're at the point where we go to Jurassic World Rebirth. The dinosaur apocalypse has ended, and now the world is slowly getting rid of dinosaurs. They are dying due to not being able to live in certain climate regions. They need better oxygen and better humidity, I guess, to be able to survive. So most of the dinosaurs now are sequestered to the equator, and basically the world is just done with dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are a nuisance. They're randomly killing people. They're walking into cities and getting stuck in telephone wires. They suck. They're dying and nobody cares. So that is interesting. I don't really like that, but it's totally fine. This movie though is more of a return to form with Scarlett Johansson and other crew of mercenaries being tasked to go retrieve some blood from dinosaurs on a remote island that's basically InGen's dumping ground for whatever weird horrific dinosaurs they made. They would just leave them there because, according to this businessman, it's harder to report a loss of investment and better just to say that it's research and development and that these dinosaurs are, they're still alive, they're roaming around. So basically, after a extremely generic and cliche couple scenes of people being recruited into their weird mercenary gang to go and steal this blood from these dinosaurs, we kind of get that main idea of the plot. It's just, we're going to go to this island, we're going to take a boat, and we're gonna go stab some dinosaurs, which again, I'm fine with a simple plot. We don't need to get crazy with it. I think just getting people on the island is totally fine. I don't know, it's very cliche. It feels exactly the same as any other Jurassic Park movie you've ever seen. They're all like, well, this is gonna be crazy, we're gonna go see some dinosaurs. And of course, Jonathan Bailey is this super annoying nerd who is just obsessed with dinosaurs and loves them and sees the beauty in them. And maybe this is where I differ, but when I'm watching Jurassic Park, there is never a moment, besides maybe like in the first one, where I'm like, wow, the dinosaurs are so beautiful. There are so many moments in this movie where that we completely pause from any of the tension, we disregard all of that, and we go, wow, look how beautiful these dinosaurs are. When in reality, I mean, their cousins are going to murder you. It's not, we are like 7 movies deep within this franchise, and we're still getting scenes where people are like, wow, dinosaurs are so beautiful. Again, I get it. these characters haven't seen them before and this is something really interesting. But at this point within Jurassic World, everyone is bored of dinosaurs, and they make a point that Jonathan Bailey's character has never actually seen a dinosaur in its natural habitat. He's only seen them wandering through cities or crashing into cars or getting run over by subway cars. I get it from that perspective, but it's just after you have the first movie, which does that great beat of them being like, wow, these dinosaurs are so beautiful. These are people who study dinosaurs their entire lives. They're seeing them for the first time. And then once the dinosaurs start being murderous, you wouldn't expect Alan Grant to stop in the middle of the movie and go, you know, man, those dinosaurs are really beautiful though. Like, it just doesn't work. It completely removes, like, these scenes take like 10 minutes. It completely removes any of the pacing that has been happening. It removes any of the tension. And that is a big part of the problem with this movie. There's barely any stakes or zero tension. At one point in the movie, we go to basically our second plot, which is a story of maybe one of the worst fathers in cinematic history, taking his kids on a boat expedition close to the islands that are from Jurassic Park. Now, within the universe, people do not go near any of these islands. They're known to be super dangerous and most people never come back. We're never really given an explanation as why the dad decides to go in there, but it's almost so, like, he's such a bad dad that it almost seems like he's doing this on purpose to kill his kids. We have a scene where they get attacked by the mosasaur, and even in that scene, it's not really a big deal. They escape pretty easily. I was fully expecting, like, you know, something really dark to set the theme for the rest of the movie, like maybe the dad or someone would get killed by the mosasaur, and we'd get that kind of, oh man, this is serious now kind of moment, but that never happens, and it honestly never really happens throughout the movie. Any of the collateral damage characters within this movie die, and most of the main characters will either just go, oh no, and then carry on. Like, they don't really care at all. It doesn't stop the pacing of the movie. I've never felt like at all that any of the characters were in danger, and this was a movie that was kind of promised to be a Jurassic World horror movie, and it just really isn't. There's barely any tension. I think the tall grass scene from Lost World has more tension than any of the scenes in this movie combined at this point. I never was on the edge of my seat. I didn't really feel like there was any risk or anything for these characters, and it was just really disappointing. I felt like I was watching a very brand safe and corporate version of Jurassic Park, and it just really didn't give me any of the satisfaction that I wanted. I love watching people get eaten by dinosaurs as one of the fun parts of this franchise, and it couldn't really even deliver on that. Another thing I kind of want to get into is the acting within this movie. I think pretty much any of the lead characters in this movie are doing their worst performances of their careers. Jonathan Bailey is super goofy, and Scarlett Johansson is incredibly flat. She really just comes off like she's just reading off a script, and considering the fact that they marketed this movie with Scarlett Johansson being like, I've been such a big fan and I could not wait to be a part of it, it's just very silly. Mahershala Ali is really pretty decent in this movie, but then again, he still isn't given enough really to work with, so he just kind of plays like a very stereotypical cliche character that we've seen time and time again. The family characters, even the stoner, are incredibly bad actors, and apparently the older daughter is some sort of TikTok star, so I guess that makes a lot of sense. And the dad, considering the fact that he is also a bad actor, just comes off as incredibly incompetent as a father, so it just doesn't help at all. Forgot the actor's name who plays the skeezy pharmaceutical businessman guy, but he was pretty fun in this. I mean, he's very like mustache twirly, but I really do kind of like those kind of characters sometimes. But otherwise, again, it just feels very, very safe. It's like everyone a part of this movie was an executive, and they put together the pieces from every other movie that they've seen to make this movie. There is no risk taken. Again, you have things like the D-Rex, which look incredibly cool on paper, but within the movie aren't utilized all that great. To be fair, one of the coolest shots in the movie is with the D-Rex. I think maybe two of the coolest shots in the movie are with the D-Rex, but again, it's very underutilized. You barely see it, and it's not like in a Jaws kind of way where it's to build tension. It's just genuinely, I don't think they knew what to do with this movie. It is also the first Jurassic World and Jurassic Park movie I've seen to not feature velociraptors. They choose to use other species in place of them, which is cool, but again, velociraptors are a very standard part of the Jurassic Park / World franchise, and you know, if I'm coming to see a movie that's nostalgia bait, at least give me some nostalgia. I don't know what else to say besides that it's incredibly boring and bland, and it doesn't really do anything interesting at all. There's no character development for any of the characters. There's nothing that really progresses the world of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World in any way. There's just really nothing to be had here. If you want to watch a movie where people kind of barely struggle to get out of situations and it's all just kind of perfectly wrapped up in a little bow, maybe you'll have fun with this. I've seen that some other early reviewers have liked this movie, particularly people who are really big fans of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. But again, I'm a movie fan first. I really love Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3. They were all obsessions of mine as a kid, but this movie was just so bland. It's like eating a saltine cracker. It is just so boring. It's a lot better than Fallen Kingdom and Dominion and everything like that. Doesn't even deliver on some of the heights that Jurassic World delivered, and I'm not the biggest fan of that movie, but I still would rather watch that than this movie in every way. That movie does way more interesting things with the franchise than Jurassic World Rebirth ever could. And then also we get a shoehorned cute baby dinosaur companion, which is just the trend in all these big budget movies. You just gotta have a little baby, and yeah, it doesn't really add anything. Dolores is cute. I like that some of it is puppetry, but for the most part, again, there's nothing. Even in special effects, Jurassic Park and World were known for their special effects, and it is just, there's some really bad CGI in this movie. Maybe it's because I saw an early screening and I wasn't in like a IMAX or Atmos theater, but it just didn't look great. A lot of the backgrounds looked green screened in, and of course, I really love the puppetry that a lot of these movies in this franchise feature, and there's only really one or two scenes that I could really point out that, hey, that's something real and not just CGI. I love Jurassic Park. If I had to rank all the movies, this would probably be the last one. Maybe Fallen Kingdom is worse. I still haven't seen Dominion. This movie was so disappointing, but I know I'm reviewing this movie a little bit early. I just wanted to get it out as soon as possible because I had some thoughts about it. Again, I really do still like all the things surrounding it. The video game that's out currently is very fun. I love the rides at Universal, even if they're themed around Jurassic World, and I've kind of grown to like the first Jurassic World movie to some degree. But again, I don't think Jurassic Park will ever live up to the hype or ever be able to build itself into something new in this day and age. I think it's just going to be similar to Fast and the Furious, but with dinosaurs. If you like people driving cars and explosions occasionally and ridiculous stuff, then you'll probably have fun with the next Jurassic World movies as they come out. But to me, I feel like I'm just being fed Universal slop, and it's just I'm not buying it, you know? There's so much going for this movie. It had a great director, it had good cast, it had a good premise, it had the bones to be something good, but in the end, it definitely feels like something that the studio dipped its greedy little paws into and tried to make as marketable as possible, and it comes off as like almost a family film. Like, this is something you would take your kids to, which is not really what Jurassic Park ever was. It's an action, horror, sci-fi series. So comment below, have you guys seen Jurassic World Rebirth early? Let me know. Were you as disappointed as I was? Do you like the other Jurassic World movies? What's your favorite? Give me your rankings in the comment below. I will be posting mine as well, so I would love to see yours. But anyway, guys, let me know if you like this kind of content. I can do more off-the-cuff reviews. These are definitely really fun for me to do, and sometimes I have too many thoughts and it's hard for me to get them all down on paper. Let me know, did I ramble too much? Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm planning to get out as many more videos as I can, and thank you guys for bearing with me. Appreciate ya. Bye.